Vice President Leni Robredo has clarified her position on vote buying, saying she does not condone the practice. However, the presidential aspirant notes the reality on the ground and calls for better law enforcement against vote buying. The Commission on Elections may also opt for a blended approach when it comes to debates for next year's polls. However, some presidential candidates say they prefer the physical setup. The Food and Drug Administration is set to review the emergency use permits of some vaccine makers as part of the rollout of booster shots and third vaccine doses. And in sports, the TNT Tropang Giga and the Magnolia Hotshots go head-to-head for a pivotal Game 4 in the PBA Finals. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. Other presidentiables have given their 2 cents on vote buying after earlier remarks from Vice President Leni Robredo. Marlene Alcaide with the story.
Vice President Leni Robredo remarks on vote buying sparked a debate online. In a virtual forum with household helpers on Tuesday, the presidential aspirant told voters that they could accept the money but still vote according to their conscience.
Mali yung pagbibili ng boto, pero yung sinasabi ko sa tao, tanggapin nyo. Parati ko sinasabi, tanggapin nyo kasi galing din naman yan sa atin. Yung pinambibili ng boto, pera din yan ng taong bayan. Pero tatanggapin mo, pero ang iboboto mo kung sino yung nasa konsensya mo.
But Comelec spokesperson James Jimenez disagreed, saying vote buying is still an illegal offense. Robredo visited her hometown Naga on Wednesday for the blessing of the Solid Leni Bicol headquarters. There she clarified that she does not condone vote buying. But she insists it is the reality on the ground and that there's a lack of law enforcement against the practice.
Hindi natin kinokondone yung vote buying. In fact, isa tayo sa matagal ng nakikipaglaban sa vote buying. Pero hinihingi natin sa ating mga otoridad na sana yung enforcement nito maging maayos.
Manila Mayor Isko also shared his view on the matter, saying Filipino voters are able to decipher which candidates are worthy of their votes. Meanwhile, Senator Manny Pacquiao denied that his handing out 1,000 pesos and in-kind assistance in Pangasinan was a form of vote buying. He insists he's been doing it since 2002, even before he engaged in politics.
Siguro naiinggit sila dahil ginagawa ko na mula pa noon hanggang ngayon at hindi nila kayang gawin siguro sa puso nila na ganon. Magawa siguro nila pag eleksyon lang, pinaghirapan ko naman tong pera ko. So proud naman ako at masaya ako na mabigyan kong ng tulong yung kababayan ko at masaya, sulit sa akin.
Election fever continues to heat up with several candidates engaging on their own form of campaign. The question now is whether authorities will be able to monitor and act on abuses. For News 5, Marlene Alcaide, we are One News.
And some senators substitution rule for candidates that withdraw their bids. Marian Enriquez with the report.
The filing of certificates of candidacy may have ended October 8, but the Commission on Elections has to wait until November 15 to come up with the final list of candidates in next year's polls. This is the deadline set by the poll body for substitution among aspirants. Under Section 77 of the Omnibus Election Code, substitution is allowed in cases of death, disqualification, or withdrawal. This was the case back in 2015 when then Davao Mayor Rodrigo Duterte replaced Martin Dino to be PDP Laban's standard bearer. This year, rumor mill is abuzz that a substitution may once again take place with hopes that Mayor Sara Duterte will run for one of the top 2 posts in the country.
Nagagamit to as a political strategy. Naglalagay muna ng mga wala namang intensyong kumandidato, naglalagay muna ng mga taong tinatawag natin placeholders.
Lawmakers now want to put an end to the practice. Senator Wing Gatchalian, along with 4 other senators, filed a bill seeking to ban withdrawal as grounds for substitution.
Ang gusto natin na mga kandidato, yung mga may seryosong plano para sa ating bansa, isa lang dapat ang deadline natin. No? Kung November 15 yan, November 15 yan.
The Comelec, meanwhile, is on the fence about this.
We see substitution as a necessary remedy under the law. What would perhaps be a better idea is if Congress were to introduce some controls, some sort of regulation.
House Deputy Speaker Rufus Rodriguez, who earlier filed a same bill, maintained that no substitution due to withdrawal should be allowed.
There's no regulation. It's either we have that or we don't have that. And I believe that we should not have that.
Rodriguez is also seeking to revisit the entire omnibus election code. For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
2022 presidential candidates may face each other for a historic debate, with the Comelec considering a blended approach amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Jen Calimon with the details.
One of the most remarkable events back in the 2016 election season was the presidential debate. Here, candidates are able to bear their wits and opinion on certain issues to the public. Some even bear their temper.
Kung hindi ka marunong pumatay ng tao at takot kang mamatay, yan ang problema. You cannot be a president.
Hindi po ako takot mamatay. Ang aking ay hindi pwede na basta-basta tayong mamatay ng tao na walang proseso. Ang mga mahihirap lang ang pinapatay dyan. Sinong mga malalaking tao ang pinatay mo?
Hindi mo lang alam. Kasi wala kang alam talaga.
Mawalang galang na lang po ulit kasi magiging he says, she says po.
Walang galang.
But the public may expect a different kind of presidential debate this time around, as the Comelec plans to conduct a blended type of face-off due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Well, definitely, the debate will be largely online. Pero merong live component, syempre. Yung live component, yung mga kandidato should be facing each other.
The poll body plans to ban live audience during the debate to avoid the spread of the virus.
Depending on the status of our health emergency or our health situation, by then that might change.
Presidential aspirants Manny Pacquiao and Vice President Robredo prefer to do it face-to-face.
Bakit online? Ay, natatakot sila. Wag yung online ka. Para magkaalaman.
Kasi mahirap din kung ang debate social media. O mahirap kung yung debate nagsasagutan lang. Kasi hindi nabibigyan ng linaw yung lahat na issues, hindi sabay-sabay.
For the camp of Presidential Board and Manila Mayor Isko Moreno, it should be done several times on various channels.
I propose that they be increased to 6, at least every other week during the 3-month campaign period, so that people would be able to hear how the candidates will answer the issues.
The kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas says media has a major role to play in the debates.
Well, yung role natin ay malaki, no? Dahil na we can be the platform na maiparinig, may pakita sila in their performance sa debate, no? Yung mga plataforma di gobyerno nila, may parinig natin, no?
For a political analyst, debates can also have a huge impact to a person's candidacy.
In 2015, former mayor and then candidate for president Rodrigo Duterte was ranking only 5th in the surveys, and it was only sometime January, February when he started gaining favor from the voters.
The Comelec has yet to finalize the guidelines for election activities and voting day. Reporting for News 5, Jen Calimon, we are One News.
The Food and Drug Administration says that vaccine experts are reviewing the data of some vaccine brands for a possible revision of their emergency use permit. FDA Director General Eric Domingo said this is in line with the Health Technology Assessment Council's recommendation for the use of booster shots and third doses. The review will include vaccine brands Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Janssen, Sinovac, and Moderna. The result of the EUA review is expected to be released in 1 or 2 weeks.
Hindi kasi katulad ito nung EUA dati na halimbawa isang bakuna, di ba? So isang malaking study yun, titingnan mo. Ito, several studies na iba-ibang bansa, tas iba-iba yung methodology, tas maliliit lang yung mga sample size. You have to take it into consideration and put them all together.
Let's take a quick look at today's other top stories. Environment Secretary Roy Cimatu says he has relieved Manila Bay Task Force Director Jake Maimban from his post. This is after thousands of people flocked to the Manila Bay Dolomite Beach, ignoring minimum health and safety protocols. The Court of Appeals has declared Mandaluyong City Ordinance that prohibits males from being motorcycle backriders as unconstitutional. In its decision, the Fifth Division of the court said this violates equal protection since there is no substantial distinction between a male and female backrider. The ordinance was enacted in a bid to deter crimes perpetrated by riding in tandems. And in sports, the heated PBA Philippine Cup Finals boils down to a pivotal Game 4 today. TNT is looking to bounce back from its Game 3 loss to take full command of the series, while the Magnolia Hotshots will try to get the series back to square one at 2 wins each. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.